Most people struggle with productivity because they lack a clear plan for their day. Without this clarity, it's easy to fall into the trap of procrastination. When we don't have a precise schedule and know exactly when we're going to accomplish each task, our brains will often choose to do something easier and more enjoyable, like watching funny YouTube videos. This is why scheduling your day is crucial. It eliminates the ambiguity that leads to procrastination. In his book Atomic Habits, James Clear emphasizes the power of scheduling. By predetermining when you will do certain activities, you remove the need for decision-making in the moment. Psychologists refer to this as an implementation intention. In fact, a study published in the British Journal of Health Psychology found that creating an implementation intention increased the success rate of following through with an activity from 34 to 91. So, by scheduling your day, you significantly reduce the likelihood of procrastination. One of the primary benefits of scheduling is that it removes ambiguity. When you assign a specific time to a task or activity, it becomes a concrete appointment with yourself. Without that time allocation, it remains a vague intention that is easy to brush aside. For example, saying I want to work out, read, meditate, write at some point today is much less effective than scheduling those activities for specific times. It's only when you set a time that it becomes a real commitment. When you schedule your workouts, you're more likely to get off the couch and go for a run. Scheduling your reading increases the chances of choosing a book over Netflix. And when you assign specific times to important tasks, you're far more likely to prioritize them over less important activities like checking email or scrolling through social media. Scheduling is about making appointments with yourself and treating them with the same level of importance as appointments with others. Now, let's talk about how to schedule your day for optimal productivity. My number one rule is to schedule my most important tasks during the hours when I have the most energy. Research has shown that for many people, mornings are their peak energy time. However, this can vary depending on your chronotype. During your peak energy time, your willpower is stronger, and your brain has more energy to focus deeply, think clearly, and solve difficult problems. Based on Steve Kay's research, a professor of molecular and computational biology at University of Southern California, most adults perform best in the late morning when it comes to cognitive work. Personally, I find this to be true, so I schedule my 13 most important tasks for the morning. By doing this, I am much more effective and efficient. On the other hand, research led by Robert Matchock of Pennsylvania State University suggests that most people are easily distracted from noon to 4 p.m. Therefore, I reserve this time for my less important tasks such as answering emails, responding to comments, making phone calls, or attending meetings. I like to batch these tasks together, so I can complete them efficiently without splitting my focus or allowing them to interfere with my most important work. In addition to assigning specific times, I also color-code my schedule. I use different colors to represent different types of tasks. For example, my personal appointments are blue, my workouts are green, and my work-related tasks are yellow. This allows me to glance at my schedule and quickly see what's coming up next. Now, it's important to remember that change only comes from taking action, not just by knowing what to do. With that in mind, I highly recommend following these 3 steps for your next workday. Step 1. Schedule your most important tasks during your peak energy time. Step 2. Schedule your less important tasks for when your energy tends to be lower. Try to batch these tasks together. Step 3. Use different colors to schedule personal appointments, lunch dates, and habits. This visual organization will help you stay on track. By implementing these scheduling techniques, you'll experience greater productivity and less procrastination throughout your day. Remember, it's not enough to understand the benefits of scheduling. You must actively apply these principles in your life. So, what actions will you take after watching this video? How will you apply the power of scheduling to improve your productivity and achieve your goals? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video valuable and want to support our channel, consider giving a tip proportional to the value you received. The link can be found in the description. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all our latest videos. Time doesn't discriminate. Whether you're a CEO of a Fortune 500 company or a college graduate contemplating starting a business, we all have the same amount of hours in a week, 168 to be exact. But why is it that some people seem to accomplish so much while others struggle to make progress? In this video, we'll explore the best ways to spend your time wisely, how successful individuals allocate their 168 hours, and strategies you can implement in your own life to maximize productivity and achieve your goals. Let's start by examining the routines of a few highly successful individuals. One such person is Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL, author, and podcaster. Willink is known for his early mornings, waking up at around 4:30 a.m. to engage in intense exercise before tackling his most important task of the day. On social media, he shares black and white photographs of his wristwatch displaying his rising time, as well as snapshots of his post-workout state, a sweat-drenched towel or a barbell. Accompanied by captions urging his followers to get after it, Willink has cultivated a habit of rising early and attacking the day head-on. While 4:30 a.m. may seem extreme to some, the key takeaway here is the importance of cultivating a habit of getting up early and prioritizing your most important task each day. Just like pennies filling a jar, these early mornings will accumulate over time, propelling you towards success. Another individual who understood the value of time management was Benjamin Franklin, an American founding father, inventor, and writer. In his autobiography, Franklin outlined his approach to getting the most out of a regular working day. Like Jocko Willink, Franklin rose early, around 5:00 a.m., and immediately focused on what he valued most. He would ask himself, "What good shall I do this day?" Before attending to his business, afternoons were reserved for reading, reviewing accounts, and dining. In the late evening, Franklin would put things back in their place, reflect on his day, and assess his accomplishments or failures. Franklin knew the importance of aligning tasks with his energy levels, tackling difficult tasks in the morning, administrative tasks in the afternoon, and engaging in reflection before and after sleep. By understanding his own rhythms, Franklin was able to optimize his productivity and make the most of his time. Tim Ferriss, author and productivity mastermind, is a firm believer in the power of deep work. When working on a project, CH is writing a book, Ferriss sets rules for himself, going on no meeting or no conference call diets to eliminate distractions and focus solely on his priority. He dedicates his time and energy to that one thing, avoiding unrelated activities that could divert his attention. While you might not be writing a book, you can still apply this principle by dedicating specific days or even weeks to important projects or themes. By saying no to everything else during those dedicated periods, you can immerse yourself in the task at hand and make significant progress. For example, you could allocate Mondays for business planning, Tuesdays for customer research, Wednesdays for marketing, and so on. The key is taking control of your time and making intentional decisions about how and when you'll spend it, rather than allowing others to dictate your schedule. So how can you implement these strategies in your own life? There are several approaches you can take. You can establish a daily routine that you consistently follow, identifying the most productive times for different tasks based on self-knowledge. Alternatively, you can plan your days and weeks around specific projects, organizing your time accordingly. The key is to be proactive and intentional, taking charge of your schedule rather than being at the mercy of external demands. Remember, you have 168 hours in a week, a seemingly abundant amount of time if used wisely. Take inspiration from successful individuals like Jocko Willink, Benjamin Franklin, and Tim Ferriss. Cultivate a habit of rising early, prioritize your most important tasks, and eliminate distractions to focus on what truly matters. By doing so, you'll be able to make significant progress towards your goals and lead a more productive and fulfilling life. Now, before you go, I want to ask you a question. What actions from this video will you implement in your own life? Take a moment to think about it and commit to making a change. And remember, if you found this video valuable, consider leaving a tip proportional to the value you received. The link can be found in the description below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, make the most of your 168 hours and live a life of productivity and success. Do you ever find yourself sitting down to work on a project, study for an important test, or even just get a simple chore done, but find yourself almost immediately scrolling through social media for hours at a time? While social media can be fun, it unfortunately keeps us from being our most productive selves. Social apps are designed to keep users on them for as long as possible, always providing new content and notifications that demand our attention. This constant stimulation gives us a quick hit of dopamine every time we use social media, which is why we keep coming back and why it's easy to quit working on a difficult task and instead scroll through our feeds. But losing focus is not just about social media distractions. It can also be a result of a distracting environment, not preparing yourself mentally for your work session, or not having the right systems in place to stay on task. The good news is that focusing is something we can learn and practice. It may take time to build your focusing capacity, but through repeating focusing techniques, you can take back control of your own mind and become more productive. In fact, there are many simple things you can implement right away to start seeing results. First and foremost, it's important to prepare yourself and your environment before you begin. This means writing out your to-do list the night before. Planning your tasks in advance allows you to have a clear roadmap for the day, so you don't waste time wondering what you need to do. Be specific with your tasks, such as memorize 20 Spanish words rather than just study Spanish. In addition to planning, getting enough sleep is crucial for maintaining focus. Poor sleep can make it incredibly difficult to accomplish anything, as your mind lacks the energy it needs for intense periods of focus. If you're running on low sleep, try taking short 10-minute naps in between tasks to help regain some energy. Choose a time of day to work when you know you'll be at your most energized. Some people feel super refreshed and energized early in the morning, while others feel extra focused in the evening. Find the time that works best for you and schedule your day around it. This way, you'll optimize your focusing abilities. Your environment also plays a significant role in maximizing your focus. Find the right place to work. Extroverted individuals might focus well in a coffee shop with other people around, while introverted individuals may prefer the quiet of their home office. Experiment to find the place that allows you to concentrate the best. Changing your workspace can also stimulate your brain. So if you always work in your bedroom, try moving to the living room to change things up. Having a clean workspace is essential for minimizing distractions. Remove any projects or items that don't relate to what you're immediately working on. The more clutter you have, the more likely you are to switch tasks midway. And perhaps most importantly, turn off your phone or distracting electronics and place them in another room. The luring notifications popping up on our phones can be a significant distraction. Removing the temptation entirely by putting your phone out of sight eliminates a major source of distraction. If you're working on your computer, limit distractions by turning off notifications from other apps, putting your browser in full screen mode, and hiding your bookmarks bar. Before getting to work, take a few minutes to do some breathing exercises and review your to-do list. Mentally preparing yourself right before you start working can make getting started much easier. It's challenging to transition from a scattered mind to a focused one in a matter of seconds, so take the time to calm your mind before diving in. While working, keep a healthy snack and drink nearby. When we feel unfocused, we may be tempted to try quick fixes like caffeine or sugary foods. However, becoming dependent on them to focus can have long-term harmful effects. Nourish yourself with a healthy diet, so your body has all the nutrients it needs to operate at its best. Additionally, turning on classical music, nature sounds, or other calming sounds in the background can enhance your focusing mood. Relaxing music not only calms the mind, but also improves memory and performance. Lastly, remember that focusing intensely for hours on end is not a realistic goal. When I tracked my working hours, I discovered that the actual time I spent being productive during the day was typically between 3 and 4 hours. Expecting yourself to consistently work for 8 hours straight with no breaks is unrealistic and can lead to burnout. Just like with workouts, you need time to rest and recharge, so make sure you set realistic expectations for yourself and give yourself plenty of brain breaks. Take care of your health and don't overexert yourself. Keep working on focusing for extended periods of time, and you'll gradually build up your capacity. But always remember focusing for too long isn't always the best idea. Take breaks, stay healthy, and give yourself permission to rest. By doing so, you'll be able to maximize your productivity and focus like a pro. So, what are the actions you're going to implement in your life after watching this video? How are you going to improve your focusing abilities? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video valuable, consider giving a tip proportional to the value received. The link can be found in the description. Thank you for watching, and remember, focus leads to success.